I was excited. My daughter was. This has always been a dream for the last couple years with her, and she does funny things with the camera with her girlfriends, and I see my daughter. You know, honestly, not being a part of her life and now being a part of her life, I just love her heart, and when to see the joy in her eyes, it overwhelmed me, and that's all I cared about. And so they probably could have told me anything, and I would have done it.
When you're going through the process, like I said, they did everything so fast you don't really have time to process it. But it was, for me, just uneasiness because they weren't really saying anything. They just kept you busy thinking, watching, listening. They kept your attention the whole time and moved right on to the next. So I mean, so the red flags now, looking back on it, was everybody had a 2-minute bit part. Nobody spent too much more time with you than that. And then they mentioned the money. I mean, it should have been a huge red flag, but they said all the right things. Like I said, they're very practiced, very elaborate, and
Like they went to school.
never thought that, and I don't know why we wouldn't in this day and age, actually, that a seemingly large group of people, would go to such lengths to appear so believable.
They showed me,
And point.
my parents, that this was the cheapest package, and that's for acting.
It's optional level 1.
That's acting, and that's what I wanted to do. And so they have in that booklet where that's level 1, so that's A1. And I had to practice all those skits and stuff in there, and I had to get ready for these. It says A1, and I had to do all that stuff. And
It even goes so far, if I may share just a quick moment. When he talks, he spent quite a bit of time with us during the contract part where he's spending most of the time talking about these are the things I need you to practice between now and December.
But not till a month before.
Well, no, you're supposed to be able to do all this, but you were going to get assigned a different skit, which you could pull off the blog 30 days before you go. But not before, because I don't want it over practice. But he just kept you busy thinking about whatever he was saying the whole time.
And how much money were they asking you folks to come up with altogether?
$1,950 for the participant, Jenny, and then that needed to be paid that today, which was Mother's Day, and then we would have 30 days to pay the $895, which covered me, Jonah, and Jean, to get into the event.
For the 5 days.
Yes, but the hotel room was not paid for. The into Disney World Park was not paid for, and airline tickets were not paid for.
Would you say that you had the strong feeling that they were associated with Disney? They suggested that?
Absolutely, and especially when they talk about Disney and Nickelodeon, they use those words, and casting agents, and so a normal person's mind would say, wow, they must be affiliated with Disney. And so then when when you read all this and it's at Disney World in Orlando, Florida, you go, oh, it must really be with Disney,
Jenny?